Alright, made a couple changes here. Hopefully nothing you feel is too serious. The first thing to point out is I want you to start at 50. I think it'd be a good thing for you. I think it would help. Start at 50. I got that set for numbers 1 and 2. And then over here, 4x, 4 times. So you're actually one of the first students I started doing the repeat stuff with. And I talked about how to do it in one of your recaps a long time ago. And like the idea was, when you max out, you start adding in repetitions. You slow down the metronome like 10 beats per minute, maybe 20. You start adding in repeats. And the way that was discussed is you play through it twice to begin with. When you can do that, you try going for 3 times. And then after that, you go in for 4. I like to just go straight into the 4. I think that's actually going to help things. So once you've maxed out, you drop your metronome down. And remember, about 10 to 15 minutes of working it up as fast as you can is all you need. If you max out in less than 10 minutes, that's perfectly fine. And in fact, there's a very good chance that you will. Anyway, when you add in those repeats, go for the 4 right away. Continue to slow down the metronome until you're able to hit those repeats. And my rule of thumb with that is, after 3 solid attempts, if you can't get the repeats, drop it down. Drop the speed. I would go 10 beats per minute slower until you can get those repeats in. Alright, let's play this at 50. And 1, 2, 3 E and a 4 E and a 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 done. 100. 1, 2, 3, 4. And 120. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Actually, I'm going to go 150. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. And 180. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright, I'm going to go back to 120 since that is our very important, very significant number. 1, 2, 3, 4. And this is for the repeats, by the way. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, number 2. Same idea, starting at 50. 1 E and a 2 E and actually let me point this out. So there is patterns going on here. So like at the beginning, we're starting with the slide, but then I look at it like this. After the slide, you go up, we'll say 1, 2, 3 notes, and then right back down to where you were. And then you slide. and then 1, 2, 3, 2, 1. We'll go about like that. So 1, 2, 3, 2, 1. So like first note, second note, third note, second, first. I hope that makes sense. And then you slide up again. Same idea. 1, 2, 3, 2, 1. Slide up again. 1, 2, 3, 2, 1. Or first, yeah. Just we'll go with that. Slide up again. 1, 2, 3, 2, 1. Slide up one more time, and then 1, 2, 3, and then you pause there. So when I'm saying like 1, 2, 3, 2, 1, so like you're starting here. That's the first note after you slid up. Then that's the second note after you slid. That's the third note after you slid. Back to that second note, back to the first note. Slide again. Now that's the first note after you slid. Second note after you slid. Third note after you slid. Second note after you slid. First note after you slid. Whoops. And then so on. So the second half is very similar, but we don't start with the slide right away. So with the same note we left off with, you got your two pull-offs in a row. You got to pick the first note, so it's 3 notes with 2 pull-offs. Anyway, so after that you slide down, and then same idea. 1, 2, 3, 2, 1. Slide down. 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 1, 2, 3, 2, 1. Slide into the first note you started with. So, you're sliding down here. Yeah. So you slide down. So that's the first note after you slide. 2, 3, 2, 1, slide. That's the first note after you slid down. 2, 3, 2, 1, slide. 2, 3, 2, 1, and so on. So just, if you weren't already aware of that, being aware of that whole pattern can make something like this way easier, because that's how I'm thinking about it. So once I got that pattern like in mind, I don't have to really look at the guitar profile anymore. I say that until I start making a bunch of mistakes. You'll see. Well, maybe not. I don't know. Hopefully I don't make a bunch of mistakes. But just, knowing that stuff, recognizing patterns like that, very, very helpful to ensure or give you a much better chance of playing it correct. Because there's a lot going on there. A lot going on. So our job is really just space those 16th notes properly. And just remember where to stop for those quarter notes. Alright, here we go. 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a... Hundred. 1, 2, 3, 4. $140. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's try 160. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, it's just keeping it all evenly spaced properly. That's the hard part there. Alright, let's try 180. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Damn it. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Nah. My brain is like, what the hell are you doing? So 160 for me today. 120 for the repeats. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. That may have been 5 times, but I was doubting if I was on the second or third attempt. I was doubting if I was on the second or third repeat, so I just felt better play it safe and just go all the way. Or do another one. Alright, this big old thing. So, the etude, you do have 1 bar of hi-hat counting in. So this way you don't need Guitar Pro's count in or metronome. In fact, I think it would sound better without the metronome. But you can have it on if you feel that it helps you. Because we're going to be going back to the metronome anyway, eventually. So what you can do here, so we got, let me see, the MIDI guitar is there. You have bass and drums. So start with playing with everything, with the MIDI guitar, drums, and the bass. And you can use Guitar Pro's percentage feature. So set it at 50% speed and be able to play the whole thing at the 50% speed. And when you can do that, feeling pretty comfortable with it, try it at 60% and then 70% and so on until you get up to 100% speed. Now, when you're starting to feel pretty good with 100% speed, which is 100 beats per minute, turn off the MIDI guitar. So mute the MIDI guitar at that point. See if you can still play pretty well with it. And when that's feeling pretty good, then mute the bass. When you're playing just fine with the drums, then it's time to go to the click again. So if you don't get to that point by next week, that's fine. Just get where you can with it. So if you're playing, with the MIDI guitar, drums, and bass the entire time throughout the week, that's fine. My main concern is that you play it well, play it correct, and then we'll start stripping the other stuff away. And once you feel ready for it. All right. So that being said, I think I can get this all on screen here. It's almost there. Minus that last note. I just can't remember what the heck it is. Here, let me just do this for sake of the video. Okay. Alright, so I'm going to play it at the 50 beats per minute and then at 100. Okay, here we go. 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a 4. Now, did you notice how I was cutting off the notes a little early? All those quarter notes? So for this kind of thing, I'm going to say it's totally fine to do, because we want to make sure we're able to get those repeats, play those things on time. And we'll just go to the next bar on time, really. So with those big old jumps, skipping multiple strings, make it easier on yourself. Go ahead and cut those notes off a little early, so this way you can start the next group of notes more easily. 100. 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright, yeah, everything looked good on your chords. So, that means you earned this. Just practice. Stuff to practice. Actually, let me, will this fit? No. Well, maybe if I do this. There we go. Alright, so it's the same progression the entire time. 1, 4, 5, 4. And back to the 1. You got your repeats there. So again, it's the same progression the entire sheet. It's just doing the same thing in various ways, starting on different strings. So this way you get lots of good practice playing the 5th chord into 7th chord, no 5. So that's what we're doing here. We play the power chord, or the 5th chord, and then the 7, no 5. So this way we'll see how it's like to go between the two. So we play the chord with the 5, and then we play the chord with the 3 and the 7. I think it sounds neat and helps you get to know the stuff better. So there you go. Alright, and just one time through each is all you need. So stay with what you see on screen. Stay with that until you get a good solid take, and then you're done with it. You don't need to come back. Move on to the next one, stay on that one until you get a good solid take, and then move on to the next. So take your time with it. Got, just like 1 or 2 per day would be good. Maybe 2 a day to make sure you get them all. But yeah, no rush on it, because once it's done, it's done. All right, any questions come up, let me know. I will see you again next week.